it's BoardGameDave, and this is
Dave. Duck Dave, specifically.
Duck Dave, all right, from Quackalope, and here we are. We're going to talk about our 10 favorite games to introduce to non-gamers.
And I just have to say I am very excited to be here on BoardGameDave.
Yes.
With, specifically, a Dave.
As a fellow Dave.
As all of us are.
Yeah.
Fellow Daves.
All us Daves in one place.
So new gamers.
New
People
gamers.
we want to trick into being in this hobby with us potentially.
Maybe not even gamers. People that don't even know this is a hobby.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
So, yeah, we're starting real light. We're going to start with the lightest games on our list and work up to the slightly more complex.
Now, how did you approach this? Because I just scanned my shelf and grabbed games that I just grab when I have guests over.
Yeah,
if I am struggling to think of like what might appeal to a group, what do I think I can actually play? What am I tossing in my backpack to bring just in case I have it on hand?
Yes, love it.
These are the games that I'm considering in that realm.
Yeah, I did two things. I looked at my MVPs, my most played games in my collection, because those are the ones that obviously I'm playing a lot with my cousins or, casual gamers. So went through that list, and then I also went through my entire BGG collection of games I've ever played, ranked them from lightest to heaviest, and just started working my way up from 1 to 2 range. So that's where we're at. But we can start with...
Now, we do have to start with a lovely Marvel United here. You just got a chance to play this for the first time last night.
I sure did. This morning.
This is not the lightest or heaviest game on our list, but... it is the game that is still set up here on the table because we're getting ready to do some more gameplay, more coverage of it, and you all played until like 6 a.m.
Yeah, it was
What'd you think overall?
I liked it. Yeah, it was fun. Yeah, co-op, moving around, controlling locations, punching people, rescuing people.
It's giving you the Marvel Universe.
Yeah.
It's a cooperative game that you really have to work and link together.
Yeah.
It has a ton of expansions and modules that help it pair in, so everyone can basically play the hero versus the villain that they want to.
Yeah.
Goes into the X-Men universe as well, which is still part of that Marvel franchise. This is probably my best, into a cooperative experience game, period.
Yeah,
and scanning my list over here, I do not think a single other game on my list is cooperative in any sense. And so, I mean, I have to.
Interesting.
I think actually, one of them kind of is.
Okay, sure.
However, this is the game.
That's your gateway co-op game
when it comes to cooperative play. So I'll set this off to the side. You want to start off the list though? You want to take the first swing?
Sure. Yeah. So
is this the lightest or the heaviest?
We're going lightest.
Lightest first.
Working our way up. Yeah.
Okay.
A little critique about your collection, man. You have almost none of these games. Right?
None of them.
You have one.
None of them.
Of my 10.
The worst part of it,
it's
not even a note against me that I don't have any of them.
Yeah.
I don't know most of them.
Ooh, yeah.
So I need to watch this video.
What's going on? Come on, people. All right, so we're going to start with a real simple one. This is, I think, a 1.0 on complexity on a scale of 1 to 5. The game is called Dobble or Spot. Are you familiar with Spot?
I have no idea what it is.
That's unbelievable to me.
Really?
It's unbelievable to me. So,
there's a Harry Potter one.
There's so many read themes. I was going to bring that up.
Okay.
Find the Dobble, find the Spot that works for whoever you're playing with. Are they into Harry Potter? Are they like one of those Halloween people that they're all about Halloween? There's a Christmas version if you're for the holidays, take it home with you.
Blue Orange Games.
Yeah, I think it's published by a lot of different people, but
redistributed.
Ready? I'll teach you really quick. Everybody gets their own card.
Yeah.
And there's a stack of cards in the middle. Every single card has exactly one icon in common with every other card in the whole deck. That's how it works. So here to here, you see the skull.
Sure.
And you slap the card, skull. And you take that card. Now that's your new card. You put it on top. And now the next card shows up and you're looking this one to this one. And you're looking, cheese. Right? And you take the cheese. Okay. And you're just looking for the icon that matches, slapping, putting it in your deck. So
you're just trying to claim as many cards as possible by slapping them?
That's what it is. Yep.
Okay.
Everyone's looking for one icon that matches their own card. See?
Yeah.
It's so brilliant.
Interesting.
Really,
I am very slow at these type of games, by the way. But it does, when you sit down, it says it plays in about 15 minutes.
Oh, it's so
fast. And that's the fun thing, is that these type of games, you sit down and you play 3 or 4 sessions.
We do. Yeah, Christmas morning, we're on the floor playing the Christmas one.
That's awesome. Looks like we have some just random Harry Potter themes. And then the Halloween one here. We've got all the classic, Halloween goodies. Yeah. Very cool.
And the cool thing about Harry Potter is it's really cool for the Harry Potter nerds because I don't know all these things. So it's I don't know what this icon is. And then they get to kind of feel really cool. Oh, that's that Alohomora thing from book 7.
Sure.
Okay, that's great.
That was a very good word that you found there. And the other element of this is because it's language completely independent. You can play this with anyone.
Kids, I don't know. Which 6+.
One of the great parts about a lot of these later games. So should I grab my lightest fare?
Absolutely.
Have you played Cockroach Poker before?
I haven't played this.
Oh my gosh.
Wes gave me a quick rundown.
Man. It's just a head-to-head bluffing game.
Okay.
I'm passing cards. I've got a handful of different insects or creatures.
Yeah.
I'm handing you a card and I'm looking you in the face and I'm saying, this is a cockroach.
Yeah.
But it might not be a cockroach. So you now have the option to believe me, disbelieve me, or look at it and pass it on.
Yeah.
It is absolutely brilliant. It's probably our favorite late night party game.
Awesome.
Cockroach Poker Royale is better.
Okay.
Just for the record, gives you another line of bluffing. But even classic Cockroach Poker, this is the game that if I'm going to travel anywhere, I grab a copy of it, stick it in my bag. This is in the airport with me. No, you do need more players to play it. The higher
2 to 6.
The higher the player count, the better.
Nice.
So you're looking at that 5, that 6. It's great because there's only ever one loser.
Okay.
So you have this atmosphere.
Everybody else wins?
Everyone else wins.
No way.
Okay. Kind of. One person loses. So that means everyone else wins, right?
See.
So the first person to have a certain number, usually 5 insects stuck in front of them, becomes the loser, and everyone gets to make fun of them. But it's brilliant.
I wish they'd retheme it, reskin it.
Retheme it?
I don't want to do cockroaches.
Why not?
I don't think it's approachable to a lot of people.
What are you talking about?
So let me play this game about and the cockroach art is like
Look how charming he is.
I don't find that charming.
Whoa.
At all. No. Make it Pokemon or something.
Rude.
Speaking of, that'll come up later.
But then you'd want to catch them if they were Pokemon.
Yeah, but then you have a really, like, what's a bad, like Mewtwo or something. I don't know, some kind of villain.
Mewtwo? You went for Mewtwo as the Pokemon you don't want to catch?
Like the villain one, like a bad one.
You got to go like Magikarp.
Okay. Oh, sure.
You don't want a Magikarp.
Yeah.
All right.
I got you.
Go ahead.
Number 9, if we're going that way, is Just One. Do you know Just One? Took the world by storm.
We pulling over here?
Yeah. Really popular.
Yeah.
You know this.
Awesome game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fantastic game.
For sure. I thought there was a caveat coming.
No caveat.
Okay, great.
Just standalone, awesome game.
Yeah, Just One is the name of the game. 3 to 7 players. Really, really super simple premise. It's literally right here. So, one person picks a card, and they pick one of those 5 numbers. They don't see the word, of course. They say 2, and they put it out in front of them. We all see circus, and we're all trying to give a clue to help that person guess what that word is.
Yeah.
The problem is, if more than one person writes the same word down, they cancel each other out.
You get the weirdest combinations.
Yeah. So let's say we said 10 arena, clown, clown. Well, the 2 clowns cancel out, and then the person's left with 10 arena, and that's a lot harder to understand, right?
Yeah.
To guess the right word. So, yeah, I love that because you can't be too obvious, but you also can't be super esoteric because then they have no idea what you're talking about. So, finding that balance is fun. Excuse me. We have played this co-op. Of course, we're all trying to score together.
Okay.
I've also played this with a scoring variant I found on BGG where you score based on giving good clues and guessing the right answer and stuff like that. So you can play it competitively, sort of, but yeah. And even the rules themselves are like very loosey-goosey. You just sit down and play and try to win.
Really lovely, open-ended, approachable game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Should we move on to my next one?
I'm ready.
My next one on this list is Point Salad.
So
it is still in shrink.
I saw that.
We had other copies that we played. I am the type of person that has no desire to bring a game out of shrink until I'm ready to immediately play it.
Sure.
We have too much stuff. It stays packaged fresh, right? But this is one that I bought after playing it probably a dozen times with some friends.
Yeah.
I just thought it needed to be in my collection, so I've had it on hand for quite a while. I need to get it to the table, but this is a very, very, very accessible, approachable,
absolutely
kind of matching game where you're just trying to get all these things that point score amongst each other. So you want vegetables that point score into other vegetables. You want to create this glorious salad, and you want then to turn some of your vegetables into things that are now scoring. You have this decision point between collecting things that are scoring for you or collecting things that are scoring conditions.
Yep.
And it's that combination that's both really approachable, but also can turn into some insane combos if you get to really know this game.
I told Wes you can teach the game in 15 seconds, okay?
Yeah,
On your turn, there's a tableau of cards.
He's going to prove that you can do it in 15 seconds.
On your turn, you take 2 vegetables or 1 scoring card.
Okay.
At the end of the game, we score all your scoring cards based on the vegetables you have. Once per turn, you can flip a scoring card over to the vegetable side. That's it. And that's how you play. It's great.
Exactly
so easy
how you play.
Wonderful cards. I love the art. Really cute, kind of emoji style scoring.
Yeah.
Really easy to understand. Again,
now is this next on your list?
it's coming.
Oh,
and I
so
figured
I've
got some pictures, so I'll go ahead and show you. I love this. It's
a great picture.
This is the best thing ever. That's so awesome. And reskinning, retheming. There's an EV version. I saw this at.
There's an EV version of this?
Yes, it's in Korean, and I saw it at World Series of Board Gaming, and they were selling it in Korean, but it's out there. So. Yeah.
I absolutely want
It's a no-brainer, right? It's so good.
100%.
I'd much rather have that.
Where is that in the U.S. market?
I don't know. But,
I need that game.
But yeah, try to find it. It's
wow.
It's awesome. So, anyway, where am I at? So, my next game is The Mind. You know The Mind?
I do know The Mind. Now, this is one that you complained about me not owning.
Sure, yeah.
This is one that
You
I
should have it.
chose not to own.
You're not a fan.
I'm not a fan of the mine.
Okay, all right.
But I understand the argument, so let's go ahead and present it.
So here's the important thing. It doesn't matter if I'm a fan of it.
Yeah.
You know, if people around me like it,
That's true.
You gotta play it.
That's
I
true.
gotta keep it in my collection.
Lots of people like this
because it's not really my game.
No.
You know, it's not my kind of thing, but it's very, very good. Cards are numbered 1 to 100. Okay. That's it, right? Everybody gets, in level 1, they get 1 card, right?
Yep.
And we look at each other, and you put it face up. Yeah, later you can do it face down. But anyway, you play the card face up. And as long as the cards are going in ascending order, you're fine. So let's say we get to level 3 and we each are holding 3 cards, right? I've got an 8, you've got a 9. And we're sitting there looking at each other. We can't talk. Obviously, that's a big part of the game. And I'm looking at you and you're not playing, I'm not playing. And I don't think I want to play first. Then Jesse plays his 9. Oh, we lost a life.
You're kind of keeping a rhythm in your head and trying to pace or see how long can you wait before someone else puts down a card.
Right.
I will say this about the Mind.
Yeah.
It is one of the coolest board game experiences you can have.
Yeah.
I don't, however, personally keep it in my collection because I've had that experience, and it's rare that I'm in a position that I want to re-grab that. These 10 are the things that knock that out of the thing that I'm going to run and grab. That being said, for all of you that love the Mind, or for the groups of people that have not played this yet, I do highly recommend it.
Yeah. There are people out there that have never heard of a co-op game. They have no idea you can play board games where we're all working together. And this is a really fun way to introduce that concept.
That's a very good point.
In a really silly, fun way as you work through those levels. And you just see how far you can go.
It's a very good point.
I like it.
Cool. Next on my list, gotta go to Codenames. Codenames has to be on here. It's one of those hit viral evergreen games that exists in our industry right now.
Absolutely.
This is a game all about giving clues, receiving clues, and messing up clues along the way. You are slightly cooperative here because you are working with another player.
Team versus team.
Team versus team, but there is still a overall overarching winner. One team member will be giving you clues that are similar to words you have down on the board. Another team member will be then trying to diagnose those clues and figure out where they actually match without hitting the dead word and revealing the people that are on your side. So I might say watermelon, trying to get you to attach to red, summer, and balloon.
Yeah.
And you're like, why did you attach watermelon to balloon? And I'm like, well, it's round.
Right.
Colorful, like you have them during parties. And so for me, there's an association there. For you, it's just completely mind-blowing.
It's really interesting that way.
Lovely mind-melding, mind-melting type of game. And I am the worst at it. The worst at it.
We'll talk about Codenames a little bit more on my list as well.
So that's here on this list.
Excellent choice. Very, very nice. I lost track of what number we're on, but Ink and Gold is
17. Next. Tell them confidently.
17. Ink and Gold. Okay. You know Ink and Gold.
I don't know.
It's also called Diamonds. You don't know this game.
I have so many of these I need to learn.
That's unbelievable to me. This is such a good game.
You have to remember, though. I went from Catan to Kingdom Death Monster.
Okay. I went from Catan to Scythe.
I'm just saying.
I think that was my track.
So I went from a family weight intro game that we took very seriously all the way up to a $800 big black box of death. All of these things are things I'm having the pleasure of going back to explore now that I want to actually give my hobby to other people instead of just having them play nightmares with me.
It's all about sharing the gaming experience. That's the whole point of this video.
It's the whole point of your channel.
The whole point of my channel. How do you get people excited about board games who otherwise wouldn't be? Ink and Gold is a really, really good example of that kind of game. You don't know this.
I don't know this.
Ready? You and I are explorers exploring this deep, cavernous relic rune thing. Okay? There's 5 rounds. Each round starts with us flipping cards over, right? If they're blue cards, they're gems. For every player that's still exploring the cave, we divvy up those gems. So if we're playing a 3-player game and the 7 comes out, everybody gets 2 gems and we leave 1 there, right? And then we flip another card and it's a 2. We can't split 2 between 3 people, so we stack them on top. Now, as we go, hazards are going to show up. There's 5 different kinds of hazards and there's 3 of each card in the deck, right? When 1 shows up, we flip a spider. We're okay, right? As long as another spider doesn't come out later.
I mean, you're okay.
So we're already thinking, this is a little bit risky. If the next card's a spider, we bust and we lose all our gems we accrued that round.
Press your luck game.
So, exactly. And what you want to do, before we flip every card, we say 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay.
And you commit to, if you keep your meeple in your hand, you're going deeper and deeper. If you drop it, I'm out. And if you drop anything left over, you get to take. It's so clever, but now if one person drops, now it's just the 2 of us. And now when another person drops, it's just me.
Keep diving in.
You flip a 17, I get 17 points because I kept going. I pushed my luck the hardest. It's so clever.
It sounds like a very cool intro into the bluffing and
pusher luck genre
of game.
It's amazing, and it's one big collaborative effort. It feels like it's a very communal, social experience. You know, where you're really investing with other people.
You're talking, you're bidding, you're pushing.
Yeah.
Okay,
it's great.
Cool.
Ink and Gold. I've played it.
I'm in. Very compelled. Game that I compare heartily over here to Codenames. To Crypto. You familiar with this at all?
I've played it once.
What'd you think?
I thought it was okay. It was a little over my head, this was early in my gaming days, but I remember being a little confused.
This is a game that, because it twists the logic puzzle, it absolutely can be confusing for the first player too.
Yeah, lost me a little.
If you love Codenames though, this and the 4-Leaf Clover game.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Those
What's that one
three.
called? So Clover.
Sorry? Those 3 games I consider just staples in a collection if you love any one of them already.
Yeah.
They're word association games, they're puzzle games, they're team-based games. So Decrypto here is this game where you are given a set of words and it's revealed to you. And you're giving clues to let the other players on your team know the word combination you have.
Right.
So I might have fire hydrant, dog, wrench, and pool.
Sure.
And I get a code that's 1, 3, 4.
Okay.
And I now need to reveal to my team the order that those words need to be structured in by giving clues over to you.
Yeah.
So you as the receiver are sitting there being like, and the other team is listening this entire time, also trying to solve your code.
Right.
And if they solve your code, they're going to be getting points. You're going to lose.
Yeah.
Lovely game. Amazing game.
Awesome.
If you like Codenames, you haven't played it, you got to check it out.
It seems right in the same vein for sure.
Yeah, if I was going to do like a perfect game night when it comes to like introduction into like word games or this type of puzzle system, I'd grab all 3 of those titles.
Awesome.
And So Clover actually isn't on my pile. I'll spoil that right now.
Yeah.
But I'd grab all 3 of those titles, and that would be the 2 or 3 hours of gaming for the evening.
Perfect. Yeah. I like it. Cool. My next one, I believe, is Hues and Cues.
Heard a lot about this one. Never played it.
Oh, my gosh. Okay. Hues and Cues. This is not my collection, but my cousins got it, and we played it, and it was fantastic. My dad played, and it was great. I have no sense of color. It turns out they were making all kinds of fun of me, so I'll actually give you the word I gave. And then my brother plays it with his nieces, who are 4 nieces all the way up to 5 years old.
Okay.
And they're playing Hues and Cues, because you can play this with toddlers. It's fantastic. Sure. Ready? So I pick a card, and it has 4 different colors on it. I choose one of those colors, and my goal is to get everybody to guess as close to that color as I can.
Okay.
Right? It's not cooperative, though, right? I look at my thing, and I say 1-word clue. So I say hazard.
Hazard.
You're going to take your little token and put it anywhere on here.
I'm gonna pop in like right here.
A9. Okay.
Yeah.
So we go around clockwise, and everybody puts their thing down, right? Then I do one more clue giving. I give a 2-word clue. Okay. So then maybe I would say Georgia peach.
Georgia peach.
And then we go reverse clockwise. We go snake-wise, and then you would put another marker down.
I mean, I feel like I'm scooching a little bit more into like this area now.
Yeah,
right?
But you can kind of refine your guesses, right? And then once everyone's put their marker down, you take your little grid.
Oh, cool.
And you surround your spot. So obviously that was my color. And we go like this. And then whoever got right on it's 3. Anybody else in here is 2. If you're adjacent to the edge, it's 1. And then the clue giver gets 1 point for everybody in here. So everybody's incentivized, obviously, to do the best they can, to give good clues, to get as close as they can. And there's nothing better than you give a 1-word clue, and the person puts it right on your spot. Center. And you're like, oh, that's awesome.
I already want to play this, and it sounds super rewarding.
Yeah.
Sounds like a great table experience.
Play with anybody.
I feel like I need to pick up a copy of this.
Yeah, Hues and Cues, man.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, my next one. We're getting a little bit heavier and heavier.
This I don't know about.
Caesar.
Yeah, what is this?
There's a group of 3 games. One called Blitzkrieg, one called Dogfight. This is my favorite one so far.
I know there's 2.
Called Caesar from PSC Games.
Okay.
This is Conquer Rome. This is a war game, a head-to-head 2-player war game.
Yeah.
In 20 minutes.
Awesome.
You're going to be grabbing tokens from a bag, placing them strategically down onto a map, which has divided areas out. So you're going to be gaining control. Each token has a certain type of ability. Okay. So it'll be able to attack over water. It'll be able to claim land control with certain power over the area. And as you close off these regions, you're going to be getting tokens that give you extra special bonuses and benefits.
Right.
Really does play in 20 minutes. And it is probably one of the best introductions to a head-to-head 2-player skirmish game or war game.
1 to 2 player.
Ever seen.
Interesting. Okay.
Absolutely lovely. Brilliant design.
Surprising that it's so light that it goes into this list. Because when you look at the board, you think war game, heavy,
Here's the crazy thing. This is light enough that's in the middle of this list.
Yeah, that is surprising.
We got other heavier things.
that are still really lightweight, family, entryway.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right, we're going to skip, we'll fly through my next one very quickly.
Salad. Double down on this. Why is this one that you got to get to the table with people?
Because it's so simple. It's so intuitive. Again, the rules teach is a breeze, right? Take 2 vegetables or take a point card. That's all you need to do on your turn, right? And it's fun because you see Pete's got 18 carrots. Oh, don't let him take that scoring card. It's 3 points per carrot, right? Don't do that. Right? Oh, I love it. And you do have to think about the person
There's
going
a lot
after
of
you
consequential decisions in this. You're right. It's not just as simple as grab cards.
Yeah, we didn't talk about that.
It's read the room.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, I love it. I love it. Point sal's a really good game.
My next one.
Yes.
My introduction to the roll and write genre.
Yeah.
Rolling Realms.
Haven't played this.
Feels a little bit more like a solo game when you play, but it's a solo game you sit around the table and you enjoy playing together. It is a get the highest score game. This is going to be a game where you're rolling a set of dice, you're applying those numbers to various different card puzzles. The puzzles change from game to game because there's a whole variety of them.
Nice.
And based off how you apply those numbers, you'll be able to unlock, get certain abilities, and you'll be able to eventually score as much as you can for that card. Plays very quick, plays very accessible, very easy to learn. Real shocker for me. Surprised that I like this one as much. Because thematically, it's built off of all the other games in the Stonemaier archive.
I was just going to say, make sure you talk about the theme. Yeah, there's a Wingspan card, and there's a Scythe card, and there's a...
But if you're a new gamer, you don't know any of those games, and I still have it on this list. And the reason being is because it's simple, easy, and a very satisfying puzzle.
That's awesome.
Without knowing the other stuff. And then as you start discovering board games, you can use this as a bridge into it, right?
That's cool.
So especially as they start expanding into like other IPs and things like that. I know they've already done like a Terra Mystica card. And so this is also a great way for you to be like, hey, that mechanic's kind of cool. The thing they're using in this puzzle. What is that other board game like?
Right. I was going to say, it's super clever because they do try to take like the core of the game elements.
They try to boil it down.
Into putting dice out or whatever. That's really, really clever.
And so it's a good way to not only play and teach and find another style of game. But it's also a good way to like bridge into other things. Hey, you want to play Wingspan now? Like
it's like that card. Remember that card that we played in the Rolling Realms?
Yeah,
that's neat. I love that. Such a cool idea for a board game. My next one is Take 5 or 6 Nimmt.
No idea what this is.
Oh my gosh, man! Come on,
bullheaded.
It's unpredictable. It's irresistible. It's unforgettable.
I feel like you're telling people that have horns they're not allowed to play this. I'm very offended as a quackalope.
Okay, ready?
What is going on here? This looks super cool.
Oh, it's so good.
Okay.
Cards numbered 1 to 104.
Yep.
4 cards out in the column.
Yeah.
To start, everybody gets 11 cards. On your turn, you put a card face down.
Okay.
Right? Then once we all have a card, we turn it over, and we put it where it belongs. Okay? Cards go in ascending order, and the card that you play has to go to in front of the closest number. So if I played a 61... Yeah, it's higher than 30, but it's closest to 60, right? So far, so good. Except, if you play a card, if you play the 6th card in a row, you need to take 5. You take all of the cards before it, and you lose that many points, however many bulls there are.
So you're trying to avoid playing the last card in a row.
Exactly, which can be really unpredictable because this plays up to, I think, 10 players.
Interesting.
It's crazy. So the more players, the more you have no idea how it's going to go down. You can sort of, plan and adjust, but it's hard to predict. And then the other catch is the other way to take cards. If you ever play the lowest card of all the cards on the right. So if I played a 27 right now, right, there's nowhere to put that. So I have to take a row. Now, then I get to choose a row, which is not too bad. But look, the smallest row, scoring-wise, is that one. So I lose 3 points. It's super, super clever. Hey, duck one. I think this is a fan-made one, but I got that just for you. So you could do a little quackalope style.
I do like ducks.
Yeah, that'd be a good one.
Ducks.
But it's Take 5.
Cool.
It's on BGS. Which I played it first on Board Game Arena, and I was like hooked. So I gotta get this game. And
I feel like I need to go through this list and just purchase every game that I don't own.
Do it.
Just because these are games that, like, as a responsible gamer who loves hosting people, why not have these available?
And I got excited about these games. I mean, I love my heavy games. I get excited about these games. And the cool thing, I told Wes the same thing. The cool thing about this is I've played it so many times, right?
Sure.
So you think I have an advantage. It's not really fair. New players. I get destroyed all the time by people who have never played this game because it's really hard to know what a good strategy is. And sometimes people that just wing it do great. Yeah. And I sit and analyze it, and I bite myself in the butt.
Love that. All right, my next one. Flies, Lies, and Supplies, or Air, Land, and Sea. This is going to be a re-implementation, which gives you some like Critters at War style, beautiful little like animals fighting. Amazing game. Yeah. This is a very simple lane battler. You got 3 lanes. You got a hand of cards. You're playing You're playing cards down that have special abilities and also establish control of certain lanes.
Right.
Whenever you think you've lost this battle, you want to advocate. You want to go ahead and surrender because the other person will score less points if you do so earlier. Cool. And your goal is to win the war, not every individual or single battle. Absolutely lovely game. Cool. No-brainer to bring to the table. Yeah. And I like, personally, this version of it because it has a little bit more subterfuge. Okay, whereas the other ones are a little bit more straight-up military combat.
Right. Flies, Lies, and Supplies.
Absolutely.
That's clever.
Absolutely, from Arcane Wonders.
Cool. Grab it. So I said we talk about Codenames a little bit more. My preference is Codenames Pictures.
Actually?
It really is. And apparently that's lighter.
It is lighter.
It's ranked lighter than Codenames.
The reason being is because now you're using artwork instead of words. And the words association is a bit more of a bigger puzzle.
But here's why I like this one so much more. Because, in the game, of course, in Codenames, you put a 5x5, I think, of words. And you're looking at a card that says watermelon, hippopotamus. Okay, great. Sure. Like, look at this. Right? Bear trap with the feather falling about to trigger it, right? Okay. An art gallery piece that's a QR code. You know what I'm saying? Every single piece of art has something kind of like quirky and interesting and unique. And look, it's a butterfly that came out of the butterfly cookie cutter thing. It's really, really interesting. So even just getting the cards out and setting up the game, people are like, whoa, that's a cool card. That's an interesting idea. I like that card. Fair. Right? And then... So Codenames, obviously word association. This takes it to a different level because it's like one more layer removed where I say danger, right, for 3. And you're thinking, okay, that and that guy, but also rats spread disease. And you have to interpret it one more level because it's not just a 2-dimensional word. It's, something...
I totally hear your argument. And I need to get pictures back to the table. Sure. Because it's been a long time since I've played it. Yeah. In my approach to this type of game, I am so visually driven already that watermelon for me feels like a balloon, right? Like I did that association.
You did.
I'm already doing these pictures in my mind.
I see.
I think it's one of the reasons why I'm so bad at Codenames, though.
Because you're going the visual way.
Because I'm going visual and other people just aren't there with me.
Just going words.
So maybe,
interesting.
If I give this one a few more chances, this one actually will work better for my overall winning streak, as opposed to my, let's puzzle this out and ruin the game for everyone because Jesse's horrible at it. I still love it.
Recommend
horrible.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Great stuff.
Very cool. And also, just for a reference, this is going to be another one that's a little bit more universal. A little bit easier to play with kids, a little bit easier to get to the table with people who can recognize icons and pictures but might not know the nuance of words or language.
Don't need to read it. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
That's a big plus for me.
Swinging over here.
Where we at? I think so.
Ghosts of Christmas. Lovely little trick-taking game. Yeah. Are you a trick-taking fan?
That's not my favorite thing.
Neither is it mine.
Okay.
I usually don't like trick-taking games. Ghosts of Christmas is an incredible game.
I love the art.
You're sitting here, you're playing down. You're Scrooge. Yeah, you're
Christmas
Scrooge.
Story.
Yeah, it's the Christmas story. So you're sitting here, you're playing down cards, and what you're trying to do is what is it? I'm trying to remember this. Sure. So you have a hand of cards. You're playing down these tricks, but the puzzle of the game is that the trick changes based off of certain cards that have been played down. Okay. And so you can actually read the room a little bit and like strategically play into a trick transforming. I'd have to pull it out to like get the nuance of it.
Okay, sure.
If you like trick-taking games, it is really good. I have heard that there's another one from Board Game Tables that Shira said is possibly competitive with this.
Trick-taking?
Another trick-taking game.
Oh, okay, interesting.
So it's called 9 Lives.
Interesting.
So I need to check that out. Yeah. But no, this is Fantastic game.
Quick shout out to another Board Game Tables small box game that didn't make the list, but maybe should have. Dandelions.
You said it's great.
Oh, it's downstairs, and we didn't play it. It's so good. It's so great. Yeah, really simple, really light, really great game. My next one is For Sale from Rudiger Dorn. You know?
Love this.
For Sale.
I love the old school style.
This is 90s game. No, it is an old school game. Okay?
Yeah.
Maybe 80s? I think 90. But anyway, in this game, this is a great game. Okay. The first thing you do is you put properties out equal to number of players. So let's say it's a 4-player game, we put 4 of these properties out in front of us, and they go from literally 1, a cardboard box, right?
Yeah.
Or 2, an outhouse, all the way to 29, this castle thing, and then 30 is the International Space Station. So we're buying real estate, right? So we put 4 cards out, and then we each start bidding, right? It's an auction thing. So I bid 2, I bid 3, and you're bidding on first dibs on the properties.
Okay.
At any point you can pass, in which case you take the lowest one. The first person pass takes the sewer, right?
Get a nice sewer drain for yourself.
Yeah. Now when you pass, if you've previously bid already, you get half of your bid back.
Okay.
Not too bad.
Yeah.
If you're the last one in, you get the best property, but you spend all your money. So in this case, you would want to be second to last because you'd spend half the money and get a 24.
And get a 24 instead of a 25.
Kind of clever, right? So there's a little bit more to it than meets the eye.
Yeah.
Right? So that's the first step. The second part of the second phase of the game is once you've got your properties, so we each have 6 or so, right? The next phase of the game is basically the same thing, but now we put checks out, right? So there's 4-player game, we put 4 random checks out, right? 13, 12, 11, 0. Then you're going to take one of your properties, put it in front of you. Then we flip it over, and from low to high, the lowest number gets the 0.
You're selling for whatever the money is out there.
And this has another twist thing where if the cards are 11, 11, 12, 13, you put your cardboard box out because you're getting $11,000 for your box.
Yeah.
But if it's 0, 1, 2, 15,
you really want to be the best potential.
or don't even try.
Without giving up too much value.
So interesting.
That sounds really fun.
I love it.
I'm going to have to find a copy of this game.
For sale.
Is it easy to find, or is it one of those hard to
No, I think it's
acquire?
Always in print. Yeah, and then there's a pocket version too. It's really small.
Nice.
So
nice.
Love For Sale.
This list has so much stuff now that I'm intrigued by.
Yeah.
All right, pulling on my next one.
2 more each, maybe.
2 more each, I believe. Arboretum.
Yeah.
Arboretum, a lovely little tree game. You're going to have all these different trees, these color patterns that you're playing down. They range from numbers, I believe, from 1 to 6 or 1 to 8. Yep.
Nice.
So you're going to hand them. You're going to be playing them down in your tableau. You want to create a whole line of those trees ranging from the highest number to the lowest number.
Okay.
You're going to be drawing cards from the center and placing cards back into the center in a draw and discard style.
Nice.
Where you're going to be giving things to your opponent potentially or taking things for yourself. And all this is a very, very satisfying number puzzle. Cool. But it also has a beautiful aesthetic. Lots of people will be willing to play this.
Yeah.
When you get down to the crunchy, head-to-head version of it, or the head-to-head nature of it, there's so much agency and decision in this game.
Cool.
So
yeah, I'm surprised it's as weighty on the list. Apparently,
it's a little bit more strategic. It's a little bit more heavier.
Yeah.
But I mean, it is that number. It's that math that you're doing behind the scenes. So
yeah. I think we're down to our last one, actually.
This is okay.
I think this is it.
Last one for me, last one for you?
Yeah.
Nice.
Here we go.
Right. Fantastic.
My slightly not as light.
Your heavier intro game.
Yeah. Splendor.
Ooh.
Splendor?
Splendor's the heaviest on your list?
Splendor? Yeah, yours skew heavier than mine.
Mine do skew heavier than yours, because Splendor, I think, would have had, Splendor would have been around number 5 for me, I think.
Yeah, it would have been about mid.
Interesting.
But Splendor has a huge, how do I even explain how influential this game is in my life? COVID happened.
Yep.
We all shut down.
Sure.
We're all quarantined. My sister's living with my parents, and then I was teaching, living by myself. And yeah, I brought Splendor over, and none of them really gamed. My dad, my sister, my mom, and I was like, let's play Splendor. And it instantly, they got so hooked on it. They loved Splendor so much. They played it nonstop. My sister and my dad, because nobody was working for a while. Remember that, right? They played 3 games a day.
So you're just spending time
every
together.
day.
That's awesome.
3 games. Next day, 3 games. Next day, 3 games. And they're neck and neck, right? So they've played, I think, almost 200 games now of my copy of Splendor. And then they got a copy, and then I bought another copy. It's crazy. So
love that.
Oh, this is such a good game. It is a little bit complex, but the reward versus the input, the initial rules teach, right? There's so much reward for it. So on your turn, you're familiar with Splendor. Okay. On your turn, you either take 3 different colored gems or 2 of the same gem, if there's 4 or more in the stack, right? You can also reserve a card, which is how you get these golds, and you take one of these and put it off to the side. Or you can buy a card. That's what you do. Take gems, reserve, or take a card. And the cost for each card is listed right there.
Yep.
But the really cool thing is, once you have this diamond card in your tableau in front of you, every single card from now on, you have a 1 white gem discount. So
Generating
this
for
card
you.
is just green, red, black.
Yeah.
And if I had all 4 of these cards in my tableau,
Get it for free.
Yeah.
Why not?
It's fantastic. So you've got this very like primal sense of momentum and satisfaction as cards get cheaper and cheaper and cheaper. And you
Very rewarding.
Yeah, you start climbing up into the level 2 cards that give you some points, and go up to the level 3 cards that give you big points, and you're racing to 15 points. That's the game end trigger, right? And along the way, you can also get these nobles that'll come and give you 3 points if you meet their criteria.
Sure.
It's so simple and just so satisfying, and I couldn't say enough good things about
It's a great. I mean, it's a great game. It's a great game. Sure,
extraordinary.
it's one of
Yeah.
Shir's favorites as well.
Yeah, it's amazing after playing hundreds and hundreds of games.
Still-
Somehow this is still this really compelling.
And I
game.
believe this is another one that has some rethemed to it. If you want to find,
Yes,
some different.
Marvel Splendor's out there.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have a picture of it, but yeah,
It's a great photo.
that's so good. Yeah, but they got the Thor with the stones
Yeah.
from Marvel. So
Yeah.
yeah. There
So
you
there's
go.
other options.
It's
My
number 1.
final one, my heaviest on this
Look at
list.
this.
Little game called Radlands, coming from Roxley.
Yeah.
The reason why this is on my list is because for me, I am one of those gamers that absolutely loves getting absorbed in the artwork, the style, the theme of a game. And Radlands is a really great lane battler. Head-to-head, like hand management, resource management. You got cool powers and abilities. It is a little bit heavier. It skews up because you do got to read your cards, but it's teaching you how to play tactical card games, teaching you how to play more skirmish-based games, teaching you how to like defend your base and utilize what you have for that last-minute win. But it also is beautiful.
Yeah, it looks
art style,
like
design, the aesthetics of this game.
Yeah.
Gorgeous. And for me, as someone who loves coming to a game with a story, with theme, a lot of the friends that I'm going to be playing board games with also share in that. And so this will be one that, in my gaming group, is easy to get to the table because all I have to do is toss it down and they immediately start flipping through the cards just because they want to see that. And I'm like, no, stop looking. Let's just play.
That's so cool.
Right?
I love it.
So that's my heaviest.
There it is.
There you are. There's a list.
Awesome. Hey, that's a good list.
Top 10, top 20 intro games.
20 incredible, all good gateway games.
I need you to send me your list. I'm going to go just get all of yours.
Really?
Why not?
Absolutely,
we should have them
man.
here.
You should.
If they're
really
this
should.
good and they sound super compelling.
Yep.
I don't, I have so often I have people over who are not gamers.
And you need those games.
It is hard for me to, even with the pile I have.
Yeah.
It is still hard for me to diagnose and know exactly which one to grab.
Yep, absolutely.
I need
you need to fill in a few gaps in there with themes, with gameplay mechanisms. Absolutely. But there you go. I really hope that you found this video helpful because get these gamers in your life, right? Find games that will appeal to a wide swath of audiences. I highly recommend it.
Absolutely.
So, anyway, I've been BoardGameDave. Of course, this is Jesse from Quackalope. You can check out his channel. We've had an amazing week together, making all kinds of content. So go check out his channel. And beyond that, what do I always say? Let me think. I've been saying your Quackalope thing so much.